like you and build your own $5 cravings box. Only online or with a Taco Bell.
Look above your head. The moonlit sky.
And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into another evening of F1 2020 Tier 1 action here at Apollo Racing Club. I'm Adam EV500. Joining me in the broadcast booth tonight is Bash Dash. And Bash Dash, we are here at the Singapore Grand Prix, the longest street circuit in the F1 calendar. And we are looking at a 5 kilometer, 3.1 mile circuit.
Oh, yes. Singapore's a fun one. It's got a lot of length, like you just mentioned, and it's got a couple straights here and there, but there are a lot of tricky corners. It's not necessarily as tricky as Monaco, where it's all choked up, but you certainly got to be on your A game in Singapore. Looking at the driver standings, it looks like Rogue has continued to do really well for himself at 118 points. Next best driver is Chipsy in the McLaren at 80 points.
Yeah, we'll switch over to those drivers, which are approved by Grid Finder. Grid Finder, great way to find your next league or find your next commentator. So head over to gridfinder.com to learn more. Yeah, Rogue has a stronghold of the championship right now. If he just finishes it out, he could potentially win. But it also depends on Chipsy. Chipsy has been on a roll recently. Last week wasn't 2 weeks ago, not the greatest performance. Not the greatest of performances, but he's bounced. I think this week he'll bounce back. Looking at practice, he was running some pretty decently fast times. And so I'm very excited. Sim Black Fox in P3 with 71 points. He is still looking to potentially go for a P2 or hold on to that P3. And Mr. Hood as well. He is looking for a P3, getting a podium in the standings. So, Tact and Astronaut, P6, P7 Astronaut. I don't think he still has a chance at the title anymore. After last 2 weeks ago. Ruda, he is sitting at P10 with 31 points, so slacking behind for Ferrari, but he is in the top 10 here.
Shout out to Gore, though.
I know, Gore is still in the top 10.
Driver in top 10, in 9th position, and he could get 8th or 7th. Well, probably not this week because it doesn't look like he's racing this week, but he can move up the ranks if he has good performances.
Mm-hmm. He could. There's still a chance for him. I think he'll be here. I had a talk with him earlier, and I think he planned on being here. So, but I think we're almost ready for qualifying here at the Singapore Grand Prix. This is the first time everybody's driven this. Well, it's been a while since we've had this track in the Tier 1 levels. So. This will be very interesting. I know these guys, they're not the biggest fans of street courses. Street courses are not the greatest thing for drivers, honestly. But this is kind of a wider street circuit, in my opinion.
Yeah, not too many overtaking opportunities on street circuits in general. Rogue is going to have to do really, really well on quali. We know historically that's been something he's struggled with. He has gotten a lot better this season, but he's really going to need to put everything in if he wants to get the win tonight.
So I think we're just waiting on a couple more drivers. By the way, happy Valentine's Day, Bash. I hope you get to spend it with either racing at home or with somebody else, and to everybody else watching at home as well. I hope your Valentine's was great. I think this is my Valentine, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm married to my work personally, at least for the next couple years. But yeah, I hope everyone's having an enjoyable Valentine's Day. I hope everyone's eating a lot of chocolate and all that good stuff.
I got a big old bag of gummy bears sitting right next to me. So,
Nice.
looking at the lineup tonight, we do have a sub tonight. We have CJOS or CJOs or however he's from MRL. So we expect to see a little bit of pace. A little bit, but Bash, let's break down the driver lineup for this year.
For this year, or for this race?
For this race.
Yeah, so we've got CJOS, as you've mentioned. We've got Gazieg in the Mercedes, Righteous Fire in the Williams, Line of Singapore representing Red Bull. Chipsy doing McLaren proud. The Action in the Haas. Sin Black Fox in the Alpha. Niall being his teammate. Madman GTR in the Alpha Tauri. Haulers in the other McLaren. Babushka in the Williams. Hopefully he can do a good showing. Sahil, the other Red Bull, a vet of this league. Rogue in the Ferrari, the first place in the standings. And then we've got Van, my old commentary partner in the Renault. And then we've got Ruda in the other Ferrari. Pretty good lineup. All great drivers. Looking forward to seeing something crazy.
For sure, for sure. The countdown is on. We are going to head into qualifying. It's 18 minutes. Very short qualifying, so everyone has to get out there very quickly. We've heard a lot of bold predictions. And honestly, will we see rain this race? We will tell you if you just stay tuned.
Well, it looks like quality's pretty clear. Not sure if it makes too much difference if it's sunny or cloudy because it's at night. Sun's not out. So, but in any case, looks like everyone's just making their setups. We just got to wait and see which driver will come out first.
Well, I can tell you right now. That in about 10 minutes there's going to be some showers.
Ooh.
Some showers, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to see a little bit of chaos. But that's okay. I like chaos. I think we live for chaos here at Apollo Racing Club.
Indeed we do. Especially on the first corners of the more fun tracks. But, yeah, we just got to see who can get out a good lap before the rain comes in. No doubt that the race engineers are aware of the impending conditions. When we see some cars coming out, the first one is a Renault, and that is of CJOS, as well as, I believe, an Alfa Romeo of Sin Black Fox. Sin Black Fox will be the first one out on track. And we see everyone else coming out, and we're about to get the hot laps in pretty soon, but first everyone's got to do an out lap. So, Sin Black Fox, unless he messes up, will be the first one to go on provisional pole by default. Do you think he can put in a good time? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Already there's we see a little bit of raindrops, so
yeah,
these drivers might have to put in some really good times sooner rather than later, and we already have a yellow flag. Someone slipped, one of the Ferraris.
The rain is coming. Actually, it's coming a lot. It's coming a lot quicker than we expected. Ruda off the track right now. So in about 5 minutes, this rain is coming. That's going to create a little bit of chaos. So if you went out right now, you have a little bit of an advantage in terms of finishing a fast lap, because these track conditions are going to get very, very poor very quickly. So, and it was CJOs was one of the first ones out, and I think it was Niall as well, or one of the Alfa Romeos got out very early.
Sin Black Fox. Yeah, he's the first one to set a hot lap, which he will very soon. But yeah, with the rain coming how it is, if you're out on track, you better be fast and you better be careful, because you don't know exactly when it's going to get. Sin Black Fox starts the out lap, kissing those corners really nicely. There we go, abusing the track limits just a little bit. Second DRS zone coming up. And he pops it very quickly indeed. I like the way he's navigating these turns.
Well, looking pretty, very nice. As you can tell, the rain is coming down. Now we have another yellow flag in Sector 3. It is going to be a Williams that, it was a Mercedes that was having an issue in Sector 3, and it looks like they're okay. They're going to get back on track. But Sim Black Fox, he is going through Sector 2. His Sector 1 time was a 26.8, so he is looking on for a very fast time. Nobody's been able to meet that time yet. The two Alfa Romeos have only, the two Renaults have only put up a 27.4 and a 27.0, but it looks like a Red Bull is going to take the fastest Sector 1 with the 26.7 now, as Sim Black Fox puts up a 37.6 through Sector 2 as he comes to the final sector in the last few turns here.
Want to miss some tight turns.
Yeah, he's might be throwing into this, throwing everything he has into these final corners as he comes down the final straight, goes through the final turn, comes down the
beautiful,
nice,
and he
done.
finishes with a 1:38.334. Not bad for a first time, indeed. CJOS about to come in with a 1:38.7, so just 0.4 and some change off. Babu even quicker. Righteous Fire with a 1:39.942. You mentioned that one of the Red Bulls was hot.
It's flying to Singapore.
It's flying.
It's Kubi. Kubi was flying on his lap, but it looks like he no longer holds on to that fastest Sector 1. Let's see what he comes across the line with. He came off with a 1:38.7 was his fastest time, a 1:38.7.
Niles decided to retire with a 1:43.89. Guess he figured that's as good as it's going to get for him, because he might not be confident about the rain coming in. But a lot of the other drivers are taking their chances. Looks like one of the Ferraris is about to come in. I believe that was Ruda, but it didn't record his time for some reason. Maybe his lap was invalidated. Rogue's lap has apparently been invalidated as well, which is not good news for him.
We're riding on board with haulers right now who put up a 1:40.1. So he is feeling pretty good. He is a new member to the Apollo Racing Club. He is the new driver for McLaren.
Cool. Very well done to him for someone new. Madman GTR is coming into the pits. Probably going to fit some inners on. And Ruda looks like he's invalidated his lap again, which is a shame. Oh, no, and Rogue is crashed out of qualifying. That is going to hurt him in the race, it looks like. Even with a fantastic start, you're going to need to do a lot in order to make up positions in a street circuit like Singapore. This might end up being a disastrous weekend for Ferrari, but only time will tell. Tact coming into the final few corners, about to set his time.
And as we just saw, Astronaut did join the race, but he's definitely not going to get a quali time in because of this rain. And this rain is going to continue on now for the next 45 minutes, so we might see rain in the race.
Tact gets a 1:45.117.
Yeah,
he can improve on that, I think.
Not with these conditions.
Yeah, that was my concern.
If you don't go out early, and this is something that happened to me in Austria in Tier 2, I was able to get out on a dry run basically for my entire hot lap, and then it started to rain during qualifying. And so I was able to get P3, which I do not deserve to be P3 of that race. That was a very interesting, wow, I did something cool, but also at the same time, I blame the weather conditions for it. So it was just one of those things. If you don't get out for it, you're not going to be able to get anything. You're not going to get a decent time from this point on. Yeah, Attack with a 1:45.1. He has fallen behind. He is in P13. Our provisional pole sitter currently is going to be Sim Black Fox. So that's a great performance for him, and I think he's feeling really. He feels pretty good after that.
Madman's come back out, and he's decided to come back out with mediums. Staying true to his name, I suppose, because it is starting to get slippery, it looks like. We'll see what he can do with those mediums. Everyone else is in the pits, probably going to switch to inners, unless they know something I don't.
No, I don't see anybody switching the inters right now on the
Yeah.
timing screen, but
Lion of Singapore came back out with softs.
is he gonna? This will be very interesting. Is he on a hot lap? I can't tell.
He's on an outlap.
I should just look over to my screen, honestly.
Yeah,
I
Madman
forget that.
GTR has decided to come back into the pits. We'll see if he comes out with different tires.
Well, right along here with Lion of Singapore, Kubele. He, I don't know what he's thinking here. This is really, really dangerous. Just take the position. You're P4. I don't think anybody's gonna beat that. I mean, he is legitly 7. What is that?
Well, I
7
suppose
10
he
10
figures.
thousandths of a second away from P3. Is it
Yeah, I
really
suppose he
worth it?
figures there's no harm in trying. I mean, he's not costing any team any money by crashing out. It is all virtual, so. But yeah, it'll be fun seeing what happens. The chances realistically aren't that high, but I don't know. He could surprise us unless he decides to come back into the pits.
All right, and here
Nope,
he
he's staying
comes.
out.
Nope, he's going for it. He is going to go full send here as he turns up the fuel up to max and sets his ERS to quality, but he invalidates the session. He just invalidates it right away in the turn 2. Okay.
Yeah.
All that hype up for nothing. Now who else is out there? Oh,
One of the
Astronaut's
racing
out.
points, most of the racing points actually, Astronaut has yet to set a time, so he's going to correct that. Because, yeah, Rogue crashed out with no time, so putting himself on the board is a good way to guarantee that he at least won't be dead last.
Coming into turn 4-5 now. In turn 6, he's looking, he's putting up. He put up a 30.1 through sectors 1. Let's see if he can get a fast sector 2. Sector 2, he puts up a 43.2, and it's not going well. That intermediate is not cutting, just not working out for him, I don't think.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to set the fastest time.
But really, at this point, it's setting 8 time, getting out of the P14 ahead of the back of the pack, especially the fact that Rogue is not going to be able to start out in front. And here he comes across the start-finish line. It puts up a 151.8. Doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, at this point, it's just like, if you haven't set a lap, set a lap. Otherwise, like, what's the point? Practice in the conditions.
Yeah, I think he knows it's going to be rainy. So get out there, get some positions up. But it looks like everyone else is going to pit and probably just practice with intermediates for the rest of the race, for the rest of quali, which will end in 5 minutes. So we'll just ride along here with Astronaut here as he takes us on a lap with the intermediate tires, which I'm really expecting that for the race. I really am.
Yeah, then maybe staying out in quali isn't a bad idea, just to practice in the conditions. Van decides he's had enough, staying 11th at 142.255.
He actually, Astronaut does improve in Sector 1. He does a 29.7, and in Sector 2, he puts up a 43.2. So he has improved by at least a second and a half throughout the lap. So that's impressive, especially with the intermediate tire. And now, Astronaut coming through the final turn. He's looking pretty good on. Does he improve? He does. He improves. Yeah, he improves by 10 tenths. Yeah, he's like, yep, get me out. Get me out. And
one other driver left on the track is Ruda, the Ferrari that isn't in pieces. He's on an outlap currently. But he's about to start a hot lap. Chipsy retires. Really, the only people still left in the quali session besides Ruda are Holler's just retired, so it's just Sahil and Ghazi along with Ruda.
I think they're just all retiring just because they know if everybody retires, then we move on.
Yeah, they just want to save us all time. Maybe Sahil and Ghazi are just staying out just to see what Ruda's capable of, what kind of numbers he'll put up. Can't be that good with the rain tires, but not sure if we can go off just Astro's time.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I think a 151. That's pretty slow, especially if 138 is quali time.
So we'll see if Ruda can do any better with the inters.
Ruda put up a 30.3 in Sector 1. He's coming through the last part of Sector 2 and going to go flying down the straight. DRS is disabled currently. So, Bash, can you take this away just for like 1 second?
Sure. So, yeah, Ruda's just lost it, and he's invalidated his whole lap. That's kind of painful to watch. Only a minute and 20 seconds roundabouts left in quali, so Ruda wants to put some time in if he wants to get ahead of his teammate and Madman, who have both failed to put in the time. We'll see if he can keep it tidy this time around. It might be his last chance or his second to last chance. All right, here we go again.
As he goes through the start finish into his turn 1 through 2.
Ghazi's retired. Sahil's still staying out for whatever reason.
Sahil is in the pit still. I think he's just working on his setup. Now he retires.
Now he's retired.
So Sahil is retired. Now we're just watching Ruda.
Oh
no.
My God. Oh, is he?
Ruda.
He's lost,
Ruda, what are you?
Yep. And he's
killed
shared the
himself.
fate of his teammate.
He punted himself off the track there. I think he just did that because everybody else retired. So he just
looks like he's not setting a time after all.
Yeah, I think
so.
We knew that.
Yeah, interesting grid. We got Sim Black Fox in pole position with Babu sharing him in the front row. Then it's CJOS, Kubi, Chipsy, Sahil, Righteous Fire, Haulers, Nile, and the forming the top 10. Then 11th through 17th. I couldn't read those, but maybe you can. Either way, we'll see the front of the grid anyway. We'll be seeing the grid order soon as they're making their formation laps. So I'll be able to read 11th through 17th very soon for all of you. Just gotta wait for the session to start. Everyone's loading in.
And once again, let's look at our standings because this actually kind of shakes it up a little bit.
Yeah, really does.
Because
That was a heck of a quali.
Chipsy was able to stay out in front, and Rogue is not in a points position on a track that you need to start point position.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, 11th through 17th will be ordered as so. Van, Gauzy Egg, Tact, Astro, and then 15th through 17th, the three who could not place a time, Madman, Ruda, and Rogue. Madman being the one to not crash out, I believe. And then I guess Ruda and Rogue were ordered in the time that they were able to stay out, but don't quote me on that. I'm just making guesses.
Well,
so everyone's warming up their tires. It looks clear so far, but you said you're expecting rain later this race.
We are not. We are not. I can report that the weather did change. We are clear for the entire race, so it'll be very, very nice for the drivers to not have to
diverse
deal with
tire
the rain.
lineup too. We see a couple hards out on the back of the grid.
Yep, I was during practice. I saw some of the guys actually using the hard tires, so we might see soft hard or medium soft, soft medium, hard soft, medium soft. There's lots of pit strategies, I think, for this track. I mean, we have 31 laps of this, so quite a few laps. The soft tire, what would you say about lap 15? You might want to go in.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, we'll see if those hard runners can put on some good pace that will put them in a good position in the pits. Time will tell. We'll also have to see what sort of incidents happen, because Singapore is a tight track. It's not as tight as the other street circuits, but it is still pretty tight. One of the more controversial moments in F1 history happened here in 2008 on the track's debut. So, yeah, we'll just need to see what happens. Anyways, everyone is lining up towards the start line on the grid. Slowly by slowly, we see the cars coming in, and we'll see the lights come on momentarily.
All right, a little glitch in the lights, but 5 lights on, 5 lights go off, and away we go at the start race. But, oh no, Babushka, he didn't go off. He didn't be able to get a start, and now he has caused a huge accident on the start-finish line. And now
already we have got
virtual
2
safety car
penalties and a virtual safety car here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit. More penalties. All severe collision penalties, 5 seconds for Lion of Singapore, Madman GTR, Haulers, and Astro. That is going to hurt them quite a bit.
I don't know what happened to Babushka, but
Rogue is already in 8th.
Yeah.
He has another one of his signature starts, although not in the circumstances that he was probably expecting. But I mean, when you're starting dead last after crashing out of quali, some points is better than no points. But the question is, can he go any further with a solid pit strategy? Tact is up in 6th with the hard tires.
Well, let's see here. I'm going to go through the cars here and see if I can notice any sort of damage on any of these cars. Because that was a huge, huge collision. Let's see here. It looks like Kubi, yep, he does have some damage on the left side. So he's probably going to have to pit. Let's see. Madman GTR, he's looking fine. Haulers, he has some damage on the left side. On actually the whole wing, both end plates are missing. Same with Astronaut. Astronaut's missing some plates. And we are back to green flag racing, though. We're not able to get a full lap in. And Sim Black Fox, he is taking a second lead now. A 2.5 lead over C. Josh, excuse me. And now Gypsy's going to have to fight a little bit back now, as he is going to have to catch up as he is in a podium position at P3. P2 is our sub tonight, and Sim Black Fox putting up a 154.
One of the Mercedes is backwards.
Yep, one of the Mercedes did go backwards into Sector 3. I don't know
and
where
Rogue is up to 5th. And yeah, Nile overtook previously as well. So both of the Alphas are in prime points earning position. Sin Black Fox might even be in the position for a win. But we'll have to see if Rogue has anything to say about that. Let's see if there are any good battles. Tact is right behind Rogue. And Action is right behind Tact. There's actually a pretty tight battle for 5th here. Nile's a bit far from Rogue, so Rogue can't quite go up to 4th yet, but we'll have to see. Chipsy is right all over the back of C. Josh. If he has the tighter lines, he could be in prime overtaking position. And yeah, no, C. Josh hasn't been the neatest, so Chipsy might be able to overtake pretty soon. What do you think?
Well, it's definitely going to happen because DRS is going to be enabled as he is within 3/10 as they are coming through the third sector now. And this is going to get a little tricky. It's a little technical because, yeah, right there, C. Josh, he gets a little bit loose there and goes a little bit wide. Now here comes Gypsy on the outside, but he's not going to be able to find the line. But they go under the bridge now. Can Gypsy get on the inside? No, he cannot. C. Josh defending for this position very hard, especially the fact that these two are medium tire runners. So these guys are going to go a long ways with these medium tires. This battle is going to be intense for the next few laps.
Rogue's got the fastest lap with a 1:46.10 and takes 4th position, overtaking Nile. Chipsy had a pretty good first sector though, so yeah, all of these top 4 runners are driving pretty quickly. C. Josh picking up the slack a little bit, but Chipsy's got DRS now, so he's going to have to watch out for that. And Rogue is going to have to watch out for the DRS of Nile, as well as try to use his overtake in order to get into DRS position with Chipsy. All of these drivers are battling, managing their resources carefully in order to make up these positions or maintain them, depending on where they're at. Van is up to 8th, battling the Action in the Haas. Let's see what the Renault can do. I got to root for Van myself because he and I have commentated many a race together. Both of these drivers are driving pretty cleanly. It'll be up to Van to see what he can do with the DRS, but the Action is not going to give it to him so easy. A little bit late on the activation there. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to make a move. The Action also trying to make moves on Tact. We've got a 3-way battle for 6. And then, yeah, Madman GTR is just in a different world right now. Plus, he's got that penalty. So it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make up any positions. Rest of the back grid's actually pretty spaced out, but the front is actually really, really competitive.
I apologize. My cat ended up getting behind my desk, so I was making sure she wasn't going to hit something to turn off anything. So, but we are back into racing. But Tact, I was hearing everything you were saying.
That's fine. That's fine.
So Tact, yeah, he is in a battle for 6. And Sim Black Fox, he is kind of running away with this. He's keeping a consistent second and a half gap between C. Josh and Chipsy. And now Rogue has joined the battle. He's up to 4th place now as Linus Singapore picks up 3 more seconds for penalties.
Van's just taken 7th. So very well done to him.
Congrats to Van. Nicely done getting past the Action. Van hasn't had too many great F1 races, and he's definitely looking for redemption. Tonight might be that night, especially with the amount of damage and carnage that happened on the opening lap.
Certainly, yeah. May take a couple races to get into the groove. In my very short stint in Tier 3, I certainly learned that. Maybe one of these days I'll try to get back into it, but for now, I'm just watching these drivers get at it. Nile is losing Tact a little bit, so Tact is going to have to pick up the pace if he wants to take 5th position. Rogue getting much closer to Chipsy. Chipsy getting close to Joss. Is this a 3-way battle for 2?
It's going to be a 3-way battle. I think Rogue is going to have the drive of his life because Chipsy, I think he can gun for the championship. There is still a few more races to actually be within the championship title. Rogue just has to finish out strongly. But if Chipsy can find a couple of wins, because now the gap has decreased to Sim Black Fox, it's under a second now. We're going to see a nice DRS train for the lead.
Indeed. And yeah, Rogue goes a little bit back, sort of loses it. Thankfully didn't spin, but he's going to have some making up to do. But either way, finishing 4th after that disastrous start, after that disastrous qualifying, will definitely put his spirits up. Maybe earn him driver of the day. But what he's probably most concerned with is getting enough points to stay well ahead of the championship standings and put himself in a good position before these final few races. And he is getting closer to Chipsy, but Chipsy's staying strong. Not quite able to overtake Joss even with DRS, but this can be a battle of attrition depending on what happens within these next few laps. So as long as these drivers keep their heads down and their spirits up, everything will turn out fine for them.
And that is the hope. And Rogue, he's one of those guys that if he has a good quali, he has a bad race. But if he has a bad quali, he'll have a really, really good race. And trying to see here, it looks like one of the McLarens, it's going to be Hollers. He has 6 seconds of penalties.
Gypsy's picked up a penalty as well, so unless he can really gun it, or unless any of the other top 4 get penalties, his win chances are pretty slim. But yeah,
Josh, he is taking the lead of this race, and Sim Black Fox, he is going to have to do a lot of catching up to do as Chipsy goes down the outside, and he makes the move happen, and
Rogue
so does Rogue. Yeah, Rogue is in this action too. A Sim Black Fox, he loses 3 positions in a matter of 30 seconds.
What's happened with him?
I think the tires. I think his tires have gone out. He has 36% wear on the left and 43% on the rights. So those tires are being utilized quite hard compared to Rogue on his medium tires, which are 19%. Chipsy at 21% on those mediums and 19% on C-Josh. It's going to come down to tire grip. I think the soft tire it gives out. It gives out really quickly on this kind of track.
Yeah, we thought they were going to last 15 laps. They lasted just about half of those.
Yeah, I think it was just a setup. His rears are just completely gone. His Sim Black Fox's right rear is at 61%. So
yeah, you don't want to drive too aggressively, especially when it's these drivers fighting for you. Tipsy and Rogue are well established. Joss has been having a really good race as well. He's certainly going to make some moves up here. And yeah, now it's Rogue trying to battle for second de jure and de facto. He'll probably stay second pending any penalties, but then he's got to go up to C-Joss, and C-Joss has been developing somewhat of a gap.
He has a second gap now over Chipsy, but I think Chipsy, he is just waiting. I think you don't want to be in the lead of this race. If Chipsy can just stay within DRS range and just DRS train, they're both going to be on the same strategy for sure. I think Chipsy for sure is doing a medium soft run, but I think after seeing what happened to Sim Black Fox, he's like, man, this might be a medium hard race because there's just no way the softs are going to last if on a one-stop.
Just as an update, Kubi's gotten fastest lap with 1 minute 44.7, but it doesn't look like he's going to be in a good position to make any positions. He's still really far away from Sin Black Fox, who's just pitted for the mediums. But yeah, just shaving a little bit off of Rogue's time. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was also 1 minute 40 and some change.
Rogue's best lap is a 1:40.6. So he is a couple of
of a
tenths
second
off.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he is behind Gypsy. He's just staying within that DRS range as he goes through the start-finish line. So this is actually working quite well, I think, for Gypsy. He's being able to just stick right in the right between these two, keep the gap on Rogue, just able to just DRS off of C. Josh here. And, you know, C. Josh could go in at any time and just say, you know what, let's make the thing spicy here. But why would you do that? Why would you give up the lead like that? But we also could just see a wreck. Sim Black Fox, he has to make up a lot of positions. He did go in and pit. He is on the medium tire now. And he gets ahead of Lion of Singapore. And he is just going to have to work really hard here. But he was an early pitter.
And yeah, Lion of Singapore's got 5 laps on his tires, which aren't the most, but still a pretty significant amount. And Rogue has gotten much closer thanks to the use of that DRS, along with the fact that Gypsy doesn't have any. And it looks like he's ready to swap positions, and he has. And now Rogue's got to maintain that clean driving and use the overtake well if he's going to get up to see Josh's space. Gypsy doesn't have too much charge on his battery, so it'll be a little bit tougher for him to maintain his position, especially if Rogue uses the ERS in all the right areas. His battery's 83%. T-Joss is a little bit more drained at like the 60s, but he still has a decent amount of battery. And Rogue has moved up into DRS position, so very good for him. But Ruda, yeah, Ruta's gone off. That's caused a yellow flag. He's still in the race, thankfully, but yeah, that was almost dangerous.
That could have been very dangerous. And remember, we still got about 20 laps to go here. Just right over 20 laps. And that's, you know, anything can happen.
Goodness.
And
the
here comes
overtake
Rogue.
And the DRS, and there's Rogue in first from last.
From last to first, he is going to try and take this victory. I don't know how he's been able to survive it. He's George Russelled it today. George Russell basically went from P14 all the way up to winning the race.
In the virtual Grand Prix?
In the virtual Grand Prix today. From turn 1, he went from P14 to P3. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I saw that. That was great.
And I was very confused on how, but and Rogue taking full advantage of the accident that Babushka caused at the very beginning. Babushka in P11. And what happened to Astronaut? Astronaut is out of this race. He has retired. And that will be the end of him. And we had a yellow flag. But now here comes C-Josh. He's going to pick up a penalty now as he falls to P3. Gypsy, he's going to take a huge lead over C-Josh.
Mm-hmm. And Rogue's developed a gap between him and Gypsy as well. As long as he drives clean and as long as his pit strategy works, he could have this race in the bag. Last to first.
We're going to look
kind of
farther
reminds
down
me of Sakir 2020 with Sergio Perez. His first race win.
And now we have a virtual safety car. And I think that's for Astronaut to get his car off the track. But looking down at the grid, there's Babushka, Nile, Righteous Fire all fighting for position and the action. This is all for points position, by the way. This is for P10. It's going to be a 4-way battle, I think, for the final points position here at Singapore.
1 point is better than none.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you see just the gap between Rogue and the other two in the top 3 is just monumental. It's a good thing for him to have this virtual safety car because now he can preserve these tires a little bit, maybe save a little bit of fuel. But once that battle for 10th comes on, everyone's going to be scrambling for Babu's position. Long as Righteous Fire stays just in the right amount of time, he can probably take 10th because of the penalty. Just got to stay close, drive well. All the above. Hollers is a little bit behind, but Action is right behind Righteous, who's right behind Babu, so it is a three-way battle. Meanwhile, Renault's actually doing pretty well for itself in terms of points. C. Joss, again, in third, even though he's picked up a penalty. Van is in fifth. Not sure how that's happened, but very well done to him. Right on the back of Tack now. But back to the battle for 10th. Ooh, it looks like Babu's dropped some part of one of his wings.
He must have hit the wall, and he's going very, very slow now. And yeah, he looks like he lost his right front end plate. That's going to cost quite a bit. I think he's going to have to definitely pit. That'll be his second pit stop tonight already, as he caused a huge accident at the start. And it's kind of interesting because I was watching the 1998 start of the Belgium Grand Prix, and that was quite the chaotic start, especially the fact that it's rain in Spa. But this race, dry in Singapore, Babushka just did not get off the line, did not realize the lights went out, legged out, something happened, and caused a major carnage. But now looking at Van is up to fourth now, and he is actually chasing down Tact.
Yellow flag. Did Ruda get himself in trouble, or?
No, looks like everybody's back racing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it looks like the tires are starting to wear. Chipsy's been sliding a little bit. Not sure how Rogue's been doing, but.
Looking at Van, he's in DRS range of Tact. He has had a great race for himself. Give it up for Van. He had an okay quali, but the fact that he's battling for a potential podium position in this race. No, he's going to fall into the pits. And let's see where he goes to. Looks like Josh, he moved to the hard tire for mediums. See where Van goes. Van puts on the hard tire as well, so we're going to see the medium hard right now. And now, is this are we going to go?
Damaged his wing again. Going to try to safely get back on track. Has to let Hollers pass. Not a very good race for the other Ferrari. He's probably going to have to pit after that.
Oh yeah, he is done. He is done with that front wing. Yep, he's into the pit lane now, and here comes Rogue. He is holding on to his lead over Chipsy, but Chipsy, he's 1.3 seconds back. That's okay, I think.
He does have that penalty, though.
He does. He does have that penalty, which means he can't give up too much time to Tact, who is staying out there in P3 on this hard tire.
And he's been burning his battery.
And Chipsy has been burning his battery. The last few races, he has had to use his ERS a little bit more than he would have liked to.
Van all over the back of Bobby right now. Going to try to get 8th. Yeah, just a whole stream of drivers with penalties. We'll see if Van can keep up his performance. He's going to activate DRS now. Doesn't look like he'll be able to overtake on this straight, but he'll at least be able to make some progress. Narrowly avoids collision there. And Tact has actually overtaken Chipsy for second. Chipsy's just pitted, and he's going on hards. We'll see if that works out for him. Given that tire management has been an issue for a lot of these drivers, maybe it's their setup, maybe it's their aggression, maybe hards is the play. But so far, Rogue has actually been doing a pretty good job of managing his. He might be able to get away with staying on these mediums for a good amount of time and then switching either hards later or softs, depending on how well he manages his tires. What is his wear at right now? Just so we can see what he might go for.
On Rogue?
Yeah.
Rogue right now, he has 42% on the left and 52% on the right fronts. On the rears, so his rears are looking fine.
I'm not sure about softs then.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be a soft. So the softs last what, 6 laps?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna work out. But Van, he now gets past Babushka, who is still staying out after damaging his front wing on the right side. And now he's chasing down Kublai, and he is in that DRS range, but they're going to come through the final turn. Oh, excuse me. They're not in the final turns yet. They're still in Sector 2.
Yeah, Rogue's staying out. Good decision. If I'm him.
Van just love tapped. We're going to say love tapped for stuff like that because it's Valentine's Day, line of Singapore. And did not go well. Sadly, I think he was trying to go down the inside, and Kublai just said, nope, you are not going. But he's on 10-lap old mediums, and see where those tires are at. Oh, no, and what just happened?
He slid.
Righteous Fire and Babushka just got into it with each other, and now Babushka, he is having a nightmare of a race.
Yeah, that's going to hurt Van's chances for increasing any positions. But, oh no, he's gotten 7th because the actions decided to pit. Rogue's still up and out. Yeah, I feel like staying out until like lap 15 or 16 is the play, because that'll be like well half of the race if he can manage these mediums, and then he'll have a decent amount of time to pit. Ooh, but that was bad braking. I don't know. It really depends on how he's able to manage his tires and how well he can turn. Pitting now could be the play depending on how everything goes. Ruda actually gets the fastest lap with a 1 minute 40.113. And yeah, Rogue keeping it tidy for the most part, but one bad slide could actually just destroy his whole race. So he's still staying out.
Yeah, he's going to give everything on those medium tires. But I'm riding along with Van now, who's having a battle with Kublai still. He is just fighting very, very hard. And Righteous Fire, he goes to the soft tires. So I wonder if he's going on a 2-stop strat. But now, here comes Van. He's going to try to go down the inside, but he doesn't get there, and he legs out. What just happened?
I think he got hit by the action.
But he slowed way down, and for some reason, he just didn't get the grip back or something on Van. And now Van, he has lost a ton of time and a couple of positions. He went from P7 to P9, and now he's just going to have to fight back and get back into this race.
Yeah, either some weird thing happening with a collision or just Codemaster's netcode just screwing him. One or the other. Either way, very unfortunate. Yeah, I feel like now's about the time that Rogue's going to want to pit. Use up your battery, put some fuel in, try to develop as much of a gap as you can so that you could potentially stay in first after you pit. Second and third are also on some reasonably old tires, so.
Well, I'm watching the action. Kublai now battle each other. The action on 6-lap old medium tires in the line of Singapore, or Kublai is on 12-lap old medium tires. So these guys are going to battle this out. Kublai, he's going to have to pit at some point on these medium tires, but because of the tire strap being kind of messy right now, the action he's a pit behind Kubi here.
And Rogue has pitted for the hards as expected, and Tact went ahead and taken first position, but he's going to need to pit soon. Thin Black Fox taking a position as well, but we'll see if he can make those medium tires last. T-Jost as well, but he's got a penalty. Chipsy, yeah, Rogue's all the way down at 5th now, so he's going to need to do some catching up.
Yeah, this is when it gets interesting because the guys in front of him have already pitted, and they're on the hard tire. So Rogue will be on a fresher tire, but it's going to take a bit to get that tire kind of into shape. And Babushka, he did retire from this race, but no safety car comes on out, and now Van, he is on the back of the action, and Kubele once again. And guess who else is behind him? It's Sahil. We're going to have a four-way battle here as the action is going to go on the inside of Kubele. Going down the straight. And he makes the pass. What a pass
Very
on the
good move by
outside.
the action. Sahil and Van both activating DRS. Van might be trying to get past Kubi, but Kubi is not giving it to him easy. But he gets boxed out, and now Van is up in 7th. All over the back of the action. Can he make the overtake on the action once again? Time will tell. Sahil up on his teammate as well with the hard tires. Very
Van,
well done to him.
Yeah, and now Van, he's just going to have to go against the action here. He knows the action has older tires than he does. He knows those tires are going to fall off here in about 3 laps. Can he just keep in DRS range and just pull away from Sahil? Because this is creating a DRS train. You don't want to be part of this train, I don't think. This is a kind of a, well, especially on the straight, the train can just create massive problems, as we saw with Babushka and Righteous Fire wrecking each other through going in underneath the bridge or underneath the stands. Now Van, he's losing a little bit of time up to the action now. He's falling out of DRS range as the action. He's going to just hold this P6 position for a little bit. And looking now at Rogue on these hard tires. Let's see if he can make up any time. He does have Chipsy in his sights. But Chipsy, he's going to try and gap Rogue here, who is 3 seconds behind him. So if Chipsy can just push a little bit harder, put a little bit more pace, even though he has used a ton of his ERS still on that, even though he did do a pit stop. Hello?
Yeah, I'm just seeing everyone's reasonably spaced out right now.
I know it's like, oh man, it's hard to find any battles now. But Sam Black Fox, he's back up in the P2, and he is kind of running away with this a little bit. So,
he's gonna have to make his tires last, though.
Yes. Well,
Sam Black Fox actually gets first.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, but that's because Tact pitting.
Yeah, Tact did pit, and now those tires are 10 laps old. They're in decent shape. I think he has to pit here very, very soon. He's not going to be able to take these tires to the end, so it's going to be a 2-stopper for Sim Black Fox. As C. Josh, he is eyeing his prey. Let's just say that lead position. I think he knows he has a chance to win this race. He is on the better strategy, in my opinion. Same with Chipsy. C. Josh and Rogue have put themselves in a position to win this race.
Yes, it's in between those two at this point, unless like a disaster happens or there's a safety car that bunches everyone back up. We'll see.
Which again,
who else
very
is
possible.
battling.
Very possible.
Sahil is battling Van right now, trying to give him a run for his money. Activates DRS on him, but we'll see if that adds any distance. Van is pretty far away. He's maintaining his distance. Didn't even have to use ERS, really. So Sahil's got a battle ahead of him. Ruda, despite everything wrong that has happened with Ruda's race, he is still in 10th position. Props to him for just trooping on.
Yeah, for sure. But Righteous Fire is coming up very quickly behind him as he is on the soft tire. He's 3 laps old, but those tires, it's going to cost him, I think. He's doing a 2-stop strategy. There's no way those tires last until the end. And now there's a Haas off. That's the action.
The action. He made a mistake, and now Van and Sahil are up to 6th and 7th.
Van's like, thank you very much. Have a great day. as Rogue puts up the fastest lap with the hard tire, 139.5.
Breaking the 1 minute 40, Barry. You love to see it. And now he's back up in the podium. Unlikely that he'll be able to catch up to Chip C or C. Joss, pending any safety cars caused by any collisions. But he has had a very productive race. Worst quality you can have. And he has come back from it against all odds. Still waiting for the day he has an impressive quali and race on the same weekend, though. That'll be good to see.
Now, it'll be very interesting to see if these hard tires can last till the end. I'm very curious because the medium tire lost grip about lap 11, lap 12.
Yeah, Rogue was pushing it when he pitted, like around lap 15, 16. He was slipping and sliding every so often. So he was really getting everything he could from those tires. So we'll have to see if C-Joss and Chip C. Oh, but Rogue's picked up a penalty, so that's bad for him. But he's far away that, like, Pact won't be able to really do anything about that unless there's a safety car, like we said. But, yeah, no, C-Joss and Chip C, it'll be up to them to see if they can bring the tires all the way to the end because, I mean, they could last this distance, but for those two in particular, given that they're on 8-lap-old and 6-lap-old tires respectively at lap 20 out of 31, they might be doing some slipping and sliding themselves.
Well, Sahil, he's keeping up with Van, but those hard tires are at 16 laps, and they're okay. They're at 41%, 43% on the left side. Excuse me, on the right side. So it'll be very interesting to see how these laps how these tires actually look here in the next lap or so, because that will make really the determination if C-Josh can make these tires go to the end.
Yes. Rogue inching closer ever so slowly, but might not be making much of a difference when it comes to improving his position. He might be trying to get away from Tact a little bit. Let's see what other battles there are right now. So Hill just still has Vans in his sights, but he's maintaining a certain amount of distance. Righteous Fire sees Ruda, but Ruda's pretty far away. And then, yeah, the back of the grid is pretty scattered. So it really does come down to attrition at this point.
Yes, can your tires last till the end? Do you have enough fuel? Did you not push too hard? Because, you know, these straights, they consume a lot of energy. They can consume a lot of fuel, especially in engine mode 3.
Gypsy's not giving up on first, it looks like. He's driving sort of aggressively. He really wants to get close to C-Joss and try to get that position. C-Joss is just not giving it to him.
He is not. He is but Gypsy 1.4 seconds behind. He is making up a lot of time. He actually made up a lot of time through that corner. But C-Josh, he just takes off again throughout the straights. So that setup must be really nice on the straights.
What else? I mean, the battle between Haulers and Madman GTR is going on, and now it's actually for points as Madman GTR is in 10th. But even if Haulers does get the overtake, given that he has a penalty, unless Madman GTR gets a penalty of his own, Haulers is going to need to go above and beyond if he wants to get that 1 point. But he's using DRS well. He's not doing terrible with ERS management, even though Madman GTR has a lot more charge than he does, and he could probably counter DRS with some of that battery. Hollers is doing a little bit better at conserving now. He's not using ERS. He's just letting the DRS do the work for him, and then when he gets closer into overtaking proximity, he will make that extra push.
Well, you got to be careful because Niall, he is creeping behind as well.
But he's on older tires, and he's having similar issues with the battery.
True.
It really comes down to racecraft.
Now let's
Ooh,
take a look
Madman
here.
GTR goes a little bit wide, but not wide enough that like Hollers could swallow him up right there. But he is getting a lot closer with that DRS.
And now Madman GTR, he is going to have to just battle a little bit, though, because, yeah, Hollers is right behind him. Now, I will say, Righteous Fire, he is going to have problems on this tire as Hollers now goes past. Oh, and Ruda loses a position. He actually goes into the pit, and he was speeding into the pit lane, giving him a 5-second penalty. So, and now Hollers, he's going to pick up an extra position as well. Madman, what happened to him?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess he just did a bad turn, and Nile and Hollers were able to capitalize on that. Hollers, of course, needing to maintain a gap in order to hold on to 9th, but at least he's almost guaranteed a points finish. I mean, Madman GTR is still within range of the 3 seconds, but yeah, you never know. I see a piece of wing flying off, so did someone hit a wall?
Yes, that was Ruda. Give me 1 second, one more time, Bash. Take it over once again. We'll be. I want to talk about this lead pack though, as Chipsy is getting a little bit of gapped by C. Josh here.
Rogue's actually getting a little bit closer as well. Oh, but there's a virtual safety car. Ruda's actually put himself in the wall, and he's retired. So the other Ferrari is out of the race. It's up to Rogue to bring home all of the points for the Scuderia. But of course, with the virtual safety car, he can't go too fast. Gypsy's actually gotten a good amount of distance from C-Joss, but still not enough to make a really good impact, it looks like. Can Hollers reach Nile? I mean, he's in his sights, but yeah, it comes down to battery management and just better driving. Oh, but Hollers actually gets into the pits. So that's going to let Madman GTR and the Action pass him, and Hollers is now out of the points in 12th position. So that breaks up a little bit of that battle, but the Action and Madman GTR are actually still going at it. We'll see if the Action can't make a good overtake on this straight, approaching the DRS zone, turning on the ERS as well, now able to overtake. Should probably conserve his battery at this point, but keeping that DRS on, very good overtake, very clean overtake from the Action. But
Well,
the action does have that penalty.
He does. But those tires are going to help him. He's on a medium tire that's only 2 laps old. And Madman GTR is on 8-lap-old hard tires. So it'd be kind of interesting to see who's going to win it. That this is going to be based on tire speed alone and how fast you can really go towards the end of this race. We're on lap 24 of 31. Things are about to wrap up very quickly. And Rogue, I think he is on the chase now. Can he get to P? Can he get to Chipsy? That's going to be the real question.
Here's the question that I have, though. You think Chipsy and C-Joss's tires are going to last for the end of the race? At 10 and 12 laps old?
Let's see where Sahil is at. Sahil is at 21 laps on those tires and 51% on the left sides. I think they can. And they're going to have to if they don't want to lose position to Rogue.
Indeed.
What?
I was saying, yeah, I agree. Yeah, no,
Oh.
if they pit, then they lose the race.
Yeah.
So they're going to need to do everything they can to keep those tires intact.
Well, We are going to see the finish like we have never seen a finish here in our Apollo Racing Club, I think, for this win. As Rogue, C. Josh, and Gypsy, they're all in contention to win this race.
Yep. And Rogue actually getting closer to Gypsy. He is in DRS range, actually. So he can take second if he just keeps on trucking. I wouldn't recommend he uses ERS now because his battery's at 17%. Not like Gypsy's is any better, but he wants to save that battery for when the prime overtaking opportunity comes. He just has to keep inching closer. His tires are younger. He's getting closer. Just a couple more DRS zones, and he might be able to get that overtake.
And now C. Josh is going to have to go quickly as well because we're going to have a three-way DRS train coming on the next DRS straight.
Yep. And it'll probably benefit Rogue more than anyone.
And here it comes.
Just has to keep the racing line clean, hit your braking points, all the above, and he'll be able to save time and get closer. He's doing a good job at finding time in those corners, time that Gypsy can't necessarily find. Ooh, but he slides and he hits the wall. Has he damaged his wing? Yeah, it looks like an end plate's missing. Yep. That's going to hurt his chances, but he can't pit.
No. No,
looks like he's going to have to. Yeah, it looks like he's going to have to settle for third. That is unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate. But he has to be careful because guess what? Tack can gain a lot of time now back. Especially on the Rogue and his penalty. Right now, Rogue is sitting with...
Needs to maintain that gap for 6 more laps. It is 3 seconds on him still, right? He's been driving pretty clean.
Yep, 3 seconds.
But yeah, I thought that Rogue had shaken off his like, how would I say it? Like, I thought Rogue had shaken off his trouble with keeping the car in place, but it looks like he's been having trouble with that this race. Last season he spun quite a few times, so it's bringing back some harsh memories of that. But I still think he could stay in third.
Well, see, Josh, he is trying to defend now. He is losing this battle to Gypsy, I think, at this point. Gypsy's tires are about in the same state as C. Josh. But C. Josh has one thing that Gypsy has, and that's the DRS and 2 laps on tires. So C. Josh is going to run into the problem where his tires are going to start losing grip here in the next lap or so.
Yeah, C. Josh is going to have to really drive well if he wants to maintain this win because of the DRS, because of that tire wear. Oh, but Tact is gaining on Rogue. So it looks like, Tact is in the vicinity where he's gonna get the podium from Rogue whether or not he overtakes. Hollers gets the fastest lap with a 1:38.339, but he's all the way back in last position. All the way back. The gap between him and Gazieg, 13th, is 45.6 seconds.
Well, now Gypsy, he is right on the back of C. Josh as they come down the back straight, and here comes Gypsy. He opened up that DRS. He gets a little bit closer, though, now, but he is using so much of his ERS. He is down to just 12% on that battery, as C. Josh has 30% remaining on his ERS. So, and now he's just going to have to push very, very hard now. Can Gypsy find a way to win this race with 4 laps to go here at the Singapore Grand Prix at Apollo Racing Club Tier 1. And now Chipsy once again getting that DRS. He lost a bit of time coming through the start-finish line, but now he has a chance to make this up. Now He's going to overtake Rogue, and Rogue's going to go pit. I think Rogue's going to move to the soft tire.
Yeah, Rogue's decided he's had enough with that end plate. He's pretty far away. It doesn't look like he'll be losing 4th to Sin Black Fox. So
he puts on the soft tire.
I guess he figures I'm gonna take away any chance of my race being destroyed. Gonna put the soft tires on. That'll give me some pace. Oh, actually, Sin Black Fox has overtaken Rogue, but only just.
Only just. Well, Sin Black Fox is on the soft tire. He pitted the lap before, and now he's on fresh soft tires. But Rogue is a very fast man. Rogue on these soft tires. He does have that
penalty, though.
He does have the penalty, but I think Rogue, he's only 3 seconds behind Sin Black Fox now. So he just has to push with this soft tire, because you got 3 laps, and the soft tires does not last 6 laps. So we're at 3 laps. He's good. He's going to be good on the laps at least, but you want to try and get as much of a gap as you can, especially since you're 3.3 seconds down. But Chipsy now, he is gaining on to see Josh now again. He is just sticking along with him, but I think he's just trying to conserve some energy. He continues to switch over to his rich fuel mode, which indicates to me that he is good on fuel. So he is just going to stick within DRS. And like I said, I don't think you want to be leading this race until the end. I really think the move is going to come very, very soon from Chipsy, because he knows he has the tire advantage. Tires Chipsy's rears are actually 44% on the rear right tire and 41% on the rear left tire. While, see Josh, his tires are actually in much better shape. I'm not kidding.
Feels almost like an oval race where like the slipstream is a factor, and you don't want to overtake probably until like the very end. But it's just in the case of these resources, I mean, Chipsy's sort of sucking himself dry. Josh isn't doing too much better, but he's at least conserving battery a lot better. And yeah, like you said, his tires are in good shape. So as long as he's driving conservatively without giving Chipsy too much leeway, he could keep the race win in his hands.
Well, Chipsy and Josh are going to be running into traffic soon. They're going to be running into a Red Bull, and that's going to be Kubi. And it's surprising. We don't see lap cars very often here at Apollo Racing Club at the at the Tier 1 level. But now Chipsy is getting held up by Kubilay, and actually there's a little bit of front wing damage.
Yeah, that's going to hurt him.
That is really going to hurt his chances to win this race, as we are on the penultimate lap here at the Singapore Grand Prix.
And he's just about out of ERS as well, and out of DRS range, so...
I bet there's a report coming on that, because I think Kubi really did hold up Chipsy.
And Rogue's gotten the fastest lap with a 1:36.330. About to take the penalty back from Sin Black Fox, but yeah, that penalty is just going to be like, yeah, nah, you're not keeping 4th.
Well, we are going to be heading to the final lap very, very soon. As Chipsy, he is trying to catch up as much as he can. He is 1.4 seconds down. Can he find a way? See, Josh's tires are in the perfect condition for the end of this race, especially with how heavy it is and how hard it is on these tires.
And he's keeping super tidy in these corners. Chipsy's going to need to do something crazy in these turns if he's going to lower the gap that much. Especially with just one lap left. Yeah, it's going to be really tricky for Chipsy.
Well, here
But
we go.
you never
The
know.
white flag, night time by as Josh takes the lead on the final lap. And Chipsy is falling very close behind. He is at 1.3 seconds now. He has been able to close that gap a little bit, even though he does have that wing damage. Can he find a way to find some extra time? But Tact, he is in contention of our driver of the day as he's in P3 right now. And his tires are in excellent conditions as well, but he's going to remain in that third position. So congratulations to him. What a race by him.
Yeah, Tact's done very well for himself. He's just not given up. He's kept pushing forward, and he made all the right decisions, and he just let things fall right into his lap in just the most convenient way. How far back did he start?
Tact? Or
Yeah.
Rogue?
Tact.
Tact, I can't remember, actually.
Because Rogue was dead last.
Yep, Rogue was dead last. You know, Rogue picking up those penalties and also, damaging his wing. That really cost him the chance to win this race. And Tact, the fact that he's been able to take advantage of the situations around him. A huge crash at the beginning of this race, and he was farther down the order, I think, at the beginning. I think he got wrapped up into that accident at the start of the race.
So yeah, very well done to him. But it will be Joss who takes the race win. Chipsy coming in second, and the rest of the order coming in as well. Kubi taking 12th. Actually, no, Ghazi taking 12th, thanks to Kubi's penalty. Tact being third. That makes up the podium. Sin Black Fox and Rogue will be fourth and fifth. Van will be sixth. Very good showing from him. And then we'll have to see how penalties affect the rest of the order.
Well, Sin Black Fox comes in fourth. Rogue in fifth. Van, he's going to hold on to his P6. What a great race from him as well. Sahil, he put 28 laps on those hard tires. Those tires are gone, Bono. My tires
Very
are
good
gone.
tire management. Yeah, a lot of driver of the day candidates this race, but you want to go with Tact?
I want to go with Tact. I think Tact deserves it.
Yeah.
I think
from getting caught in the accident at the very start of the race, not even the first corner, like at lights out, to getting a podium is just really impressive.
Yep, he took advantage of everything. So every chance he had, he got it, took advantage. And the pit strategy worked for him. He started on the hard tire, went 17 laps with those, and then moved to the medium tire and put 13 laps on those as well. So huge congratulations to him. But Josh, our victor, our winner of the Singapore Grand Prix, as Rogue gets the
Rogue.
Oh, the game has to flame.
We're gonna give it to Tact this time.
We are gonna give it to Tact. I think Tact deserved it because getting on the podium after a very, very rough season for him, that's got to feel nice. And we will talk to Tact
as well as us, as he is our race winner. Tact saying he jumped 8 positions off the line, so he actually wasn't involved in that crash, but still very, very well done. Third place.
Holy fuck! That happened there.
That was a race, man.
2 warnings in the first 5 laps, and I have to keep it clean the whole race.
Well, welcome, gentlemen. Tact, our driver of the day, and C. Josh, our winner of the Singapore Grand Prix.
Be broke. 13th, third. Take those, boys.
You take.
Vamos.
So, Tack, you say you weren't caught up in the accident. Were you able to witness it at least?
Tact. Okay, well, let's just ask C. Josh. C. Josh, the start of the race was very chaotic.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We're not sure what quite happened. So Babushka didn't get quite off the line, but you were right behind him, weren't you not? Or no, you were sitting
I
in
was
P3.
I was off to the right of him. I was like, not get caught up in that.
And great win. Your tires were in fantastic position towards the end. You were sitting about 45% on the rear tires. What was the goal? Well, was the setup really the reason why your tires look so good? Because you had Chipsy right behind you, and he was on fresher hard tires, but he had used them more.
I'm not exactly sure. I had an increase in pressure, which may have helped that a little bit, but I think the biggest thing that kind of won me the race was my ERS management, and I did a 2-lap undercut on Chipsy when they were like quite a ways in front of me. So then I came out of the pits like 2 seconds in front of them, which was surprising to me.
Mm-hmm. Tack.
Hello, I didn't hear a word you said until like 5 seconds ago because my Discord was broken. What's up?
How,
So, what I wanted to ask first off was, you didn't get caught up in the accident at the start, but were you able to witness it?
I was behind Van off the line. Everyone got to what seemed to be a really slow start, and I heard some contact in the back, but I was just so focused on turn one and my own line, so I wasn't really looking around or anything. But yeah, it's one of those things where you either get screwed by it or you gain advantage by it, and luckily I gained 7 positions off the start, and on the hard tires especially, it was a really big blessing for me, and from there I just I kind of kept it clean. I obviously had no practice going into it. I hadn't touched the game in a week, so it was a sweaty one for me for sure.
Yeah, it looks like your strategy really paid off because everything fell into place because of it. Fortune favors the prepared. But
Yeah, you're
good
our
stuff.
driver of the day. So congratulations,
Thank
Tack.
Thank you.
And this was your first podium this season, isn't it?
I believe I had another one earlier, but it's been a while. It's been a while. I've had some bad luck. Lost maybe 4 or 5 races. I was in a good spot in Austria, and then I killed Babu on the straight. But yeah, no, it's nice to get it. I'm not gonna be here in Japan most likely, so I had to get as many points as I could tonight.
Most definitely. Well, congratulations. See, Josh, coming in as a sub tonight. How was it racing here?
Well, actually, I believe
You got the full
will-
time seat, yeah, in the
yeah,
Renault.
full time in the Renault for the rest of the year. So first race feels pretty good. Seemed like for the most part it was decently clean, which is always great to see in a league. And I'm looking forward to the final 3 races for sure.
Most definitely. Bash, any questions for C. Josh?
Nothing further.
All right. Well, congratulations, guys. What a race tonight. And we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Well, that for us this evening in Tier 1 action of F1 2020 at Apollo Racing Club. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night for Tier 2 action at the Singapore Grand Prix. It could be just as chaotic. Who knows? We're not really good at street circuits, so make sure to tune in and find out if it's Wreckfest or if it's clean racing. So,
And next week is going to be Japan. Suzuka, always a fun one.
All right. Well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this evening, and we will see you all next week.
Peace.